Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young blind boy. Despite his blindness, the boy possessed an extraordinary gift. He could weave stories that touched the hearts of all who heard them. His tales carried wisdom and moral lessons that educated and inspired the villagers. Yet, despite this remarkable talent, the blind boy spent most of his days in solitude. The other village boys, instead of appreciating his gift or offering friendship, would mock him mercilessly. Look at the blind boy. They would jeer. He tells stories about things he's never even seen. They'd place obstacles in his path, laugh when he stumbled, and run away when he called for help. Each cruel word pierced the boy's heart like a thorn. In the darkness of night, he would lie awake wondering, why was I born this way? What purpose does my life serve if I am only meant to be ridiculed? One morning, the weight of his sorrow became unbearable. The blind boy decided he could no longer endure this life. Using his walking stick, he made his way toward the river that flowed at the edge of the village. The river will end my suffering, he thought, his heart heavy with despair. As the boy approached the riverbank, he heard the gentle rustling of leaves from a large banyan tree. Beneath its ancient branches sat a monk in deep meditation, his orange robes glowing softly in the morning light. The monk's eyes opened as he sensed the boy's troubled spirit. "Young one," the monk called out gently, "I sense great turmoil in your heart. Come, sit beside me." Startled, the blind boy stopped. The kindness in the monk's voice was something he hadn't heard in so long. Slowly, he made his way to the monk and sat down, his walking stick trembling in his hands. "Tell me, child, what brings such darkness to your young soul?" the monk asked. The words poured out of the boy like water breaking through a dam. He spoke of his blindness, his gift that seemed worthless, the cruel mockery of the other boys, and his decision to end his life. Tears streamed down his face as he finished. "I am useless, master. My blindness makes me a burden, not a blessing." The monk listened with compassion, then spoke. "Let me tell you a story, my child. Perhaps you will understand its message better than most." The monk began. In a dense forest, there grew many trees, tall, straight, and handsome. They stood like pillars reaching toward the sky. Among them was one tree that was different. Its trunk was bent, its branches twisted and misshapen. The straight trees would mock their crooked neighbor daily. "Look at us," they would boast. "We are tall and straight and beautiful. No one wants to look at you. You're all crooked and bent over. You're a disgrace to our forest." The crooked tree felt deep sadness. It wished desperately to be as beautiful and useful as the others. Why must I be so different? It would wonder, feeling the weight of its perceived uselessness. Then one day, a man arrived with a group of woodcutters in the forest. The man examined all the trees carefully. "Cut down all the straight trees," he commanded his workers. "We need them for lumber and planks. But leave that crooked tree alone. It's useless to me. I cannot make anything valuable from its twisted wood." One by one, the straight trees that had stood so proud were felled. Their perfect forms, which they had boasted about, became the very reason for their destruction. But the crooked tree remained standing, saved by what it had considered its greatest flaw. It became the only home for hundreds of birds. From that day forward, the crooked tree never again felt sad about its shape. It realized that its imperfection was actually its protection. Its perceived weakness had become its greatest strength. The monk paused, allowing the story to settle in the boy's mind. Then he continued, "Do you understand, young one? You see yourself as the crooked tree, bent by blindness. But like that tree, what you perceive as your greatest weakness may be your greatest strength." "But master," the blind boy protested, "I cannot see. How can blindness be a strength?" The monk smiled. "Tell me, when you create your stories, what do you see?" The boy thought for a moment. I see. With my heart, master. I see the emotions, the lessons, the truth that lies beneath appearances." "Exactly," the monk exclaimed. "Those boys who mock you, they see only their eyes work perfectly, yet they are blind to kindness, blind to wisdom, blind to the beauty of your gift. You, who cannot see with your eyes, see deeper truths. Your stories touch hearts because they come from a place beyond physical sight. The monk continued, "No one is perfect in this life. Even those boys who appear perfect, who can run and see and play, they too have weaknesses. Perhaps their weakness is their cruelty, their inability to see beyond the surface. The boys who develop cruelty in their minds will receive similar treatment from society, just like the straight trees. You, like the crooked tree, will be loved for your moral stories. Your blindness has given you the gift of inner sight. It has made you a storyteller whose words carry weight because they come from experience of struggle and depth. The very quality that seems like a flaw is the one that provides you with unique wisdom and purpose." The blind boy felt something shift within him. The monk's words were like a sunrise after a long, dark night. "Remember," the monk said, placing a gentle hand on the boy's shoulder, "comparing yourself to others leads only to unhappiness. The straight trees spent their lives looking down on the crooked tree, but in the end, it was the crooked tree that survived to grow strong and free. You too have a purpose that only you can fulfill. Your stories, born from your unique perspective, may save more lives than you know." "But what should I do about the boys who mock me?" the blind boy asked. "Continue telling your stories," the monk advised. "Let your gift shine brighter. Those who have wisdom will gather around you. The others, well, like the woodcutters, life will teach them their own lessons. Your blindness is not your weakness. It is the source of your unique strength. Use it." From that day forward, the blind boy returned to the village with a new understanding. He no longer cursed his fate. When the boys mocked him, he remembered the crooked trees standing tall and free while the straight trees were gone. He continued telling his stories, and gradually, those with wisdom began to seek him out. The blind storyteller became the village's most treasured teacher, his disability becoming his greatest ability. And whenever someone came to him feeling broken or imperfect, he would tell them the story of the crooked tree. This story teaches us some important lessons. 1. Nobody is perfect in this world. The blind boy believed his inability to see made him worthless, while the straight trees believed their perfection made them superior. But perfection is an illusion. Even the village boys who could see perfectly were blind to compassion. The monk himself teaches that everyone has weaknesses, some visible, others hidden. Perfection is neither possible nor necessary for a meaningful life. 2. Learn to embrace your uniqueness. The blind boy's inability to see gave him the extraordinary ability to see with his heart and create stories that touched souls. Similarly, the crooked tree's bend shape, which it saw as a flaw, became a home for hundreds of birds. Everyone is unique and has a special purpose. What makes you different may be your greatest asset. 3. Do not compare yourself to others. The blind boy spent his nights comparing himself to the seeing children, which only brought him misery. Comparing yourself to others can lead to unhappiness and make you feel inferior. Be content with who you are, because each person walks their own unique path. And 4. Everything has advantages and disadvantages. The blind boy's blindness, which seemed only a drawback, actually gave him deeper insight. The crooked tree's twisted form, Mokad Biol, saved its life. Every circumstance carries both benefits and drawbacks. If we look deeply into our own lives, we'll find that we are all like the blind boy or the crooked tree. Some of us carry visible differences. Some of us bear invisible struggles. But here's the truth. Nobody is perfect, and that's exactly how it should be. So today, I challenge you. Stop comparing yourself to others. Start embracing your weaknesses. Your perceived weakness might be someone else's inspiration. Your struggle might be someone's hope. You are not broken. You are unique. And in that uniqueness lies your greatest strength. Now, I want you to comment below and tell me, have you ever felt like the blind boy, mocked for something beyond your control? Or perhaps you've been like the village boys, judging someone before understanding their journey. Maybe you felt like the crooked tree, wishing you could be straight and tall like everyone else. Share your story, because someone reading it might be standing at their own riverbank today, feeling hopeless. Your words could be the gentle voice that calls them back. If this story touched your heart, please hit the like button and share this video with someone who needs this message. You never know who might be struggling with their own perceived imperfections. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories that remind us of life's deepest truths. Remember, what makes you different makes you irreplaceable. You are not worthless because you are different. You are priceless because you are unique. See you in the next story.